Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are starting a two-part series. We are going to talk about some of the different teacher marketplaces that are available for the variety of things that you like to teach. Today, what we'll look at is more specific toward ESL, and then next time we'll look at more general marketplaces where you can still teach ESL, but there's a broader number of subjects available to teach. We'll take Outschool kind of as our baseline and compare it to Outschool because we're very familiar with that. And if you're not, I'm going to run over some of the basics of Outschool as well. But at the end of the program today, I will have a chart with all of the ESL marketplaces that we're going to talk about today, which include Allschool, Hallo, CafeTalk, and iTalki. So we'll hit 4 of those. And then at the end of the program next time, I will have available for anyone who wants to download it a chart of all of the different marketplaces that we are going to look at in the 2 videos. So we have a lot of good information. We need to get to it, and let's do it. So let's begin with the one that most people have heard of, most people are aware of, and that's Outschool. So a few of the facts about Outschool are your students can be anywhere all over the world. Even if you have Chinese students and you want to find a way to connect with them before you freelance, this might be a good starting point. Also, your student ages are going to be typically your school age students. Then the application is quite easy to fill out. It's got several steps to it, but they're not difficult steps. They do want you to take an Outschool 101 course so that you can find out all the basics about the platform itself. Once you finish that section, then you're going to fill out the basics of your application, obviously your name, your login, that sort of information. They also want to know your experience, what you've done with kiddos, what your degrees are, any certification. Then finally, tell them about what you would like to teach. So give them some specifics, because once you give them those specifics, they're going to ask for a demo. Woohoo, our favorite part. The big question for a lot of people is whether a degree or a certificate is required, and the answer to that is no. They do take a 30% commission off of your classes. You will find with the majority of these that there is going to be some kind of a take from the company because they are doing the back end of the work for you. When you are setting prices, it's up to you to set your own prices. The platform that they use is Zoom. For the Glassdoor, their ratings are 4.7 out of 5 stars. So the majority of people do really like the Outschool platform. Some of the pros that I saw on Glassdoor were you teach what you like, you set your own price, you set the number of students in your class, and how long the classes each last. Now, some of the downsides are that the enrollment varies by season. And they take 30% of your earnings. That is a downside, but once again, that's what you're going to find with every one of these companies. The market is relatively saturated. If you have a niche, this is a great place to look. Everybody needs their niche. A couple of things that I found about Outschool that was a little bit unique from other of these teacher marketplaces. They have something called pods available. Pods are set up in such a way that you have perhaps 2 subjects put together, maybe 3 subjects. You're looking at a science and a social studies. Those 2 come together and you're creating a curriculum for a semester, perhaps for a homeschool group. If you're a science teacher, you might reach out to a social studies teacher that you know is a very good social studies teacher, and you can create the curriculum together and offer this as a pod. I'd also like to introduce you to a Facebook group. This particular Facebook group is not an official site for Outschool, but teachers who have had a lot of success with Outschool have been able to build their own company, their own brand. They're still offering their classes on Outschool, but they have multiple teachers that are working for them. So if you're a teacher who is looking to find a more secure spot on Outschool, this might be your starting point. As you check out this Facebook page, you'll see that there are quite a number of companies that are looking for teachers to teach on Outschool. This is a nice Facebook group to be a part of. They also have another Facebook group called New and Future Outschool Teachers. This one is actually run by Outschool, and it's a group that is helping individuals that are in the process of filling out the teacher application in Outschool. Next on the list is Allschool. Now, Allschool, although it sounds like Outschool, it has a little bit of a different format. They have two programs that you can apply for. One of them is user-generated content, so you'd be a teacher that is creating your own content, and the second one is professionally generated content. So there would be a curriculum available for you to use. These are focused ESL, but they also have programs like math and science. So it's a little bit of a combination of the teacher marketplaces. They do expect that you will be a native English speaker regardless of which program you do. You can set your own price, the size of your class, and the time for your classes. And they will give you a 15% promotional commission until June 30th, 2022. So if you want to go ahead and get started, this is a good time because they're only taking 15% of what you make. Now, the difference, though, on these two specific programs is that for the user-generated or UGC, that one you do not have to have a degree. With the PGC, where they have developed their own curriculum and that's what you're going to be using, you do need to have a bachelor's degree. Now, I'd like to share some additional information about Allschool that makes it a little bit different. As you're doing the application process, you'll want to be sure that you go to their help page. A couple of things about the help page. First of all, it is helpful. It also gives you a lot of information as a teacher trying to use this new platform. So there's information obviously about the curriculum. They're going to tell you about their one-time courses, their multi-day courses, their ongoing courses. You can have a one-off payment from the parents, their subscription payments. So they're going to give you a lot of this information. When you go to the workbench, this is a specific place to give you the most information about the courses, what they're looking for, how they're created, how you create them, and then how you contact your parents and your students, how you use it in the classroom. Very, very helpful information. This is part of the Allschool orientation. Not every class will be accepted for you to teach. Unlike Outschool, whatever you decide to teach, it's something you can put out there and you can offer it. On Allschool, it's actually curated classes. So you will have to submit your classes. If they are accepted, then you can teach them. They begin with courses and then they go to classes. I don't think it's just the orange, but it does kind of remind me of VIP Kid. They do have a setup where they've got some information that the kiddos have to work on beforehand, then they have class, and then they work on the work again afterwards, much like VIP Kid. Also, the setup here is very clean, very professional. It is very brand new. It's a new company since 2021. And aside from the fact that I can't find what their commission rates will be after the end of June in 2022, they seem to be very transparent about their programs and what they offer, what's expected of the teachers. Again, I would definitely take the time just to look at all of the help information, go through the orientation, if you're interested in this one and seems like it might be a good fit for you. With the UGC, you can set your own class size. With the PGCs, the size of your classes are determined by Allschool. Allschool originated in Singapore, so you have students that can be from all over the world, but you'll probably have a lot of Chinese students from Singapore. They use several platforms. They have ClassPod and Zoom. ClassPod is something that you can download from their site. And when I looked for the number of teachers on Allschool, they said they have about 300 teachers. As far as being a saturated market, that's a pretty low number. Their Allschool Facebook, it's pretty standard as far as one of these companies' Facebook pages will go. It definitely has the information about Allschool, so you can find out a little bit more about their mission, and then people asking questions that you see on most of these Facebook sites for the platforms that we're looking at. The next company is Hallo, and Hallo is an online ESL company that works with adults. The students are located worldwide. You do need some sort of ESL certificate to be a teacher for Hallo. They take 40% commission off of your classes, but you will be able to set your own prices. They do have a minimum of $10 per student. Their average is about $7 to $18 per hour, depending on the type of class taught. The platform that they use is Hallo TV. So this is an app that any user can take anywhere they're going, and you can teach or learn the language from anywhere using the app, whether it's on your phone or on your iPad. The live English classes are for adults using various topics. So even though you are teaching ESL, you may be looking, or the student may be looking for somebody who has an interest in the sciences, so they can talk about science. So you may not be teaching a class on science, but you may be talking about those things because you want to use a variety of topics to teach the language. You will set your own schedule, and some of the requirements are that you must be a native English speaker with an ESL certificate. When you're signing up, it does require a demo video, which we all love putting together. Each class has a maximum of 35 students. So you could have one student, you could have 35 students. Students enroll in 4 weeks classes with their favorite teachers. The subscription includes 2 one-hour classes a week for a total of 8 lessons. The requirements: you must legally be from the US, Canada, UK, New Zealand, or South Africa, and have a year of teaching ESL, access to a US bank or PayPal. It can take up to 2 weeks to hear from the hiring department. There really wasn't very much to find on Glassdoor. People did enjoy the class, or enjoy teaching classes on Hallo. One of the cons: you don't make a lot of money. So there you go. Another language teacher marketplace is called CafeTalk. Now this one is located in Japan, so 60% of your population that you'll be working with are Japanese. There are also Asian, European, and Americans that are using CafeTalk. It seems to be a very popular platform, both with users and with teachers. They work mainly with adults. The ages are 30s and 40s. Note that they have a growing number of children and seniors that are also using this particular platform. Applying to CafeTalk is very easy. You simply need to apply for an account, which is free. Fill out your profile. Again, this is going to be your profile that you're going to put out for the students to see and to choose you. They'll have a short and simple interview with you, and then you can start teaching. One thing that you will want to have in advance of the application is a Skype account, as they will use that for the interview, and Skype is their primary usage for teaching the programs. They do require a bachelor's degree, and they do prefer a ESL certification, but it is not required. Their commission actually varies, so that the more that you make, the less commission they take. So it can range from 15% all the way up to 40%. So again, the more classes that you sell, so to speak, the less commission that they will take. They do have a cafe fee structure. I will add that link down below so that you can take a look at what the actual fees are that they take, but it is completely free to apply. You can earn between $8 and $45 an hour, but you do set your prices within that limitation. They will pay you via PayPal or Payoneer. And Payoneer is one, again, I'll put the link down below so you can find out a little bit more about that one. You can use the platforms of Skype. You can also use the platform of Zoom. You are able to use shared files with Google Drive or Dropbox if you'd like to do this. The class sizes are 1-to-1, and the classes are live. You are teaching English as a second language. If you are somebody who has other languages in your toolbox, you can offer any language. This is a platform to learn any language. They do have a wide variety of class offerings. So again, if you're someone who has that language bailiwick, you might be able to offer more than just English when you are offering your classes. You do create your own courses. They do not have a curriculum available for you. They do have approximately 3,000 teachers in this particular platform. But once again, they're a very popular format from what I've seen. Now on Glassdoor, they were only given about 3.2 stars. They do like it for its flexibility as a side gig, but the cons typically run along the same cons that you'll see in a lot of these oversaturated teacher marketplaces, where it's difficult to really gain your footing and have a strong clientele base. A couple of other just helpful pieces. An interview is required, but no demo lesson is. Based out of Hong Kong is another very popular platform for language learners called iTalki. It's also very well known, I think, among the ESL teaching community. iTalki, as I said, is based out of Hong Kong, so you will have a lot of Chinese students, and the student ages will probably be very broad, as they can take a one-on-one class via their app on their phone. Now, do they require a degree or a certificate? There are two options when you are teaching. You can either be the professional teacher, and on that one they do require the degree, or if you're a community tutor, then no, they do not require a degree. They do take 15% off of your classes for their commission, but you can set your own prices, which can run from $8 to $80 an hour. An average for English, they say, is about $10 to $16 per hour. You get paid via PayPal or Payoneer. The platforms that they use are the iTalki Classroom, Skype, Zoom, Google Hangouts, FaceTime, WeChat, or QQ. So a lot of varieties available. These are all one-to-one classes, and they are live classes. You can teach English as a second language, or again, if you have another foreign language background and you would like to teach that, they have quite a few that are available. There are no pre-made lessons, so you will be doing your own lesson planning. You set your own schedule. They actually have a calendar as part of their platform where you can set in the times that you are available for students to go ahead and sign up with you. They have approximately 5,000 teachers teaching English. New Teacher Handbook is very helpful. You can look first of all and see the variety of languages that are available to teach. And then once you click into your own language, they give you information about how much is a reasonable price to charge for teaching English if you are a professional teacher, and then versus a community tutor. As you can see, you look at a variety of different topics. If it's just general, you're looking at about $21 an hour. Conversation, $19 an hour. Business English will garner you the most, as will test prep and working with children. This handbook offers answers to probably just about any question that you can ask. This is definitely an asset when you're looking for more information about the company to see if it's a good fit for you. They have information about the lessons, which are all one-on-one, information about trial lessons, preparation, booking classes, rescheduling, absences, so many things that they can offer. You can offer packages even on their platform. They also have a Facebook page, and their Facebook page mentions that they are a global language learning company which connects students and teachers for one-on-one language. And again, this is an opportunity at 15% for their commission. That's the lowest that I think I've seen on here. If you look up iTalki on Glassdoor, you'll see that they have a 4.3 star rating. 87% of those that have worked for iTalki would recommend them to a friend. Pros and cons that I found, that the pros were that the cancellation policy is fair to both teachers and students. Another pro was the platform itself, the iTalki platform, that there are many students available, it has an easy application, and there is no demo or interview needed. The only thing is, if you are a teacher, you'll need a video introduction. Some of the cons were that bookings can be irregular, they have a fairly restricted cancellation policy, and a slow payment system. And as you saw, some of the cons also listed were the number of students available for the number of teachers. They do not have a curriculum available, but they do have a resources page that you can use as you are working on planning for these students. And before I say goodbye, I just want to do the quick comparison scroll that we had talked about at the very beginning. So we're going to take a look at Outschool, Allschool, Hallo, iTalki, CafeTalk, and we're going to do a really quick line-by-line comparison just to refresh, make it easier for you to remember everything that we talked about today. Thanks so much for joining me. I really am always so thankful for your presence. If you have any questions, suggestions, thoughts, anything that you'd like to share, please don't hesitate to share it down below. And also below, we'd love for you to join our little group. We would love for you to subscribe. And if you'll look in the description box, you'll also find a Facebook group. We are small but mighty, and I would love for you to join that group just to give more information about what you can do as an online entrepreneur, freelancer, teacherpreneur, all of these variety of things that are out there and available today, and you want to learn how to do them so you can have a little bit more freedom, please join our group and hopefully we can help you in that general direction. All right, my friends, thanks again, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye. And as promised, here is our chart of comparison with the different companies that we discussed along the top. We'll see some of the categories along the side, and as I scroll down, you'll see a few more categories. And we'll just let you take a look, take it easy, enjoy a little mood music.